So today we want to discuss what is the DDL, DML and DCL and TCL, what are the commands, and we want to start with the live working, means how it is working in real time, all command. So that I want to discuss today. So we can start with today DDL command. Data definition language. Data definition language. DDL. What it is called? DDL. DDL command we want to discuss. Why we are using the DDL command and what is the purpose of DDL command? It is used for to create a table, then select means if you want to fetch the record from a table, so select query is there, select or fetch the data from database. From you can fetch whatever you have inserted or whatever you have added data in your table. So using select query you can fetch that data. Okay, then drop, if you want to delete a table, so that time you can use the drop. And if you want to do modification in your table, so there is a one command, it is the alter, it is used for to modification of your sum. If I want to add one row or column in my table, so using alter command I can add in my table, in the table. So this is the purpose of a DDL. So how to create the table? How to create the table in MySQL? How we can create a table in MySQL? So we want to discuss that. If we want to create table using MySQL, if you want to create a table using MySQL, so what we can do, we want to use the command, following command, or we can say syntax. We have the following syntax for to create a table. So what is the syntax, or we can say command or command. So what is the command and syntax? So we want to discuss that. So syntax is create table name, create table name. So means whatever table I want to create, so I can give a create table, it is a command, and table name, whatever name you want to give your table, employee, then you can give like department or whatever name you want to give your table as a name, so you can give using the table name. And after that you can write here, column name and data type means which type of data, integer, string, character, byte. What is the identification data type, what it is showing, identification of your column, means your name is there, so your surname is showing which category of you are belonging. So like here data type is, it is showing the identification. And after you can size, how many size, 5, 3, so according to that it will represent in your memory. So this is the flow and structure how you can create a table. So you can pass as a n number of a column you can create, and according you can close that. Okay, after that I will show you example how we can create live. We can see the example as live, how we can create a table in our database. MySQL. So you can download MySQL workbench and client. After that you can open this and in this you can set your password as a root. What you can set? Password as a root. And then you can create a table field of your table. So what should I do? I will create my database. Create database, and my database name is demo. I will give it is showing demo. So if I want to see how many database present in my system, so I can put show databases. So now you can see demo is also there, our database. So if I want to work with my database, whatever database I have created, so now I want to work with my database. So you want to use keyword use and your database name, which database I want to use. So I have created a demo database, so now I want to use this database. So it is showing change. So now I will create a table, my employee. Create table name. So I am giving my table name as a employee. In employee table I will add a field, my employee ID, integer, data type integer. I am giving employee ID integer, and after that I am giving as a size, so 5. Name, it is a character, so for that character we are using a varchar. What we are using? Varchar. Then email is also your email ID, so for that I am using the varchar. And after that address, if I want to store the address of my employee, so that also is the character, so it is using as a varchar. And after that I will stop my query. So you can see it is showing 0 row, means it is your table is created successfully. If it is showing as a 0 row affected, means your table is created successfully. So what should I do? I want to check that my table is created or not. So there is a one command to see the structure of your table. So if I want to see my structure of table, so I will use describe and employee. So you can see this is our table structure: employee ID, integer, name, email and address. So according to that your table structure is created properly. So this is the flow how we can create our table in our database. Yeah. So how you can create a table in your database. So this is the flow of creating a table in your database. So now what we want to say, first we have created a table in our database. So now we want to discuss how to modify or alter the table structure. How we can modify. If I want to add one more column in my table, one more field I want to add, name, email ID and salary. If I want to add one more field in my table, means which field I want to add, means qualification or whatever detail I want to add my, or a random field, whatever department I want to add in my table. So you want to use what or how we can add that. So if you want to add a field or whatever, how you can modify your content, or how you can add one more field, how to modify or alter the table. How we can modify or alter the table. If we want to modify or alter the table structure, table structure. So we have following command. So which command we have? So there is a alter. Which command? Using alter command we can do add the new column, means one more column I want to add in my database table. Database table. And second thing, what I want to do, I want to modify the column size. If I want to change my modification in my size 20, I want to change with 80, so that if I want to modification in my type also, integer to float I want to convert, so this is also possible. Using how it can be seen, we can discuss. Then after, you can drop the table column in database table. How we can do, we want to see. So first thing we want to discuss, how to add a new column in your database table. How to add new column in database table. If I want to add a new column in my database table, so how should I add that column? We want to discuss this first point. If you want to add the new column in database table, if you want to add one more column, if I think I want to do modification, so using alter command we can do. So we have command. Which command we have? Alter. Using alter command we can do. Syntax. How we can do? Say syntax. You always follow the syntax, so it will easy for to perform the example in real time. According to your syntax, your example is working. Alter table, then table name. Alter table name, and after that add means what? Your column name, which column you want to add. After, you can pass whatever n number of column you can pass, so according to you can add your column. Example. So I will show you real time in how we can add a column in our table. Alter table and table name. So my table name is employee, right? In employee I want to add column, and after column I want to add a column name. So I want to add a qualification column, and it is a varchar because it is a string data, B, ME, which qualification you are doing. So what it is showing, your query is affected, means your query is working properly. So you can see describe and employee. You can see really my this column qualification is added in my previous table or not. So you can see your column is added, qualification column is added in your table. So I will print that. Okay, so now I have added my column in my table, and now I want to discuss how to modify, means after add, if I want to change the size and all things. So how can I change, how to modify how to modify column name, how to modify the table column means what we want to do modification, a change of your type integer to float, or that data type size, if I want to change my size, so that definition. If we want to modify the column definition, means we want to change the parameter, we want to change the size or change the data information in column. So how we can do, let's see, syntax, you can follow the syntax, always you can follow the syntax, and according to that you can work. Alter table name, whatever my table name is there, so I am doing alter table name, modify, and I will put my column name, and then what should I put, data type, which column I want to do, and what size I want to do change in that, and which data type I want to change. So according to that we want to follow. So we can see the example how we can do. So now I want to change my column, alter table name, my column employee is my table name. Then I will do what, modify keyword, modify, then which column and column name. So I am doing address column change, which column I am changing, address, where care, so it is 80, so I want to now 2000, what, 2000, change the data type value, I am changing the data type value 0 row. So now you can see describe, so you can see previous value is what, address 80, and current value is what it is showing update 2000. Now you can store a 2000 record in that, and previous it is the 18. This is the purpose how you can modify the size, or how you can do. So now we want to discuss how to delete or how to drop the database table. How to drop the column, we can delete a column, how to drop means how to delete your column from the database table. Database table, how to delete or drop the column from your database table. How we can delete or we can drop the column from our database table. If we want to drop the column from database table, following command we want to do. Following syntax, following way. So what is syntax? First we want to see the syntax, what syntax is telling. So syntax is telling alter table name, alter table name. And now you can use the keyword which drop. We want to drop a column, so column, and which column name you want to put a column name, which column you want to drop. Okay, so I will put I want to drop a column name as a last column. So last column is what my qualification. I want to delete this column from my table, database table. So how should I drop? Alter table name. So table name is the employee, and then drop column in my column name. So I want to drop a column as a qualification. Right, here it is showing, already showing drop successfully, 0 warning. So I will see it is really deleted or not. Yeah, you can see now difference between both table. Here is the qualification value there, but here we have dropped that value, delete that column value. So now it is showing deleted your qualification value from a table. So how you can delete? If you follow the syntax properly, according to your syntax, every your query is working properly, structure and all flow, everything your is working. Only your syntax, according to your syntax. Okay, so now we have see the how to drop the column from your database. So now we want to discuss about your DML, means DML command. What is the DML command? Why? Means after creating a table, how we can insert record and all things, and how we can delete, then we can update. So we want to discuss DML command. Now we have created only the structure of your table or a database, but in it is empty. What if I show you, if I do the perform of fetch value, so there is no value. Select star from table name employee, so there is no value I have inserted, so it will show me empty. What? Empty. So now if you want to see the result value, means name Adnan, Akash, and like your email ID adnan@adnan.khan@gmail.com. Like now I want to insert a record in my table. So for that we want to use the DML. What we want to use? DML. DML stand for data manipulation language. What is the meaning of data manipulation language? It's used for perform the operation on it's used for to perform the operation on your database table. Table. So why we are using first insert the record into table. Insert the record into the database table. Second thing is that delete record from the table. Third thing is that update the record from the table. Update the record from the table if you want to update. Fourth thing is that select. Select means if you want to fetch the record or if you want to retrieve the record, so that time you are using the update. The table. So using select you can fetch the complete record, means your whole record of your database table. So this is all about your class. You want to say like this.